No, I don't think that that's the case. I think what the Labour Party's done here is actually offered a solution, an idea to try and ease the situation, specifically in winter, specifically for the most vulnerable people in this country, specifically those on prepayment meters. I think this isn't about us taxing, big business and being against big business. This is about equality. This is about fairness. And I think that people feel the pinch in their pockets and they're struggling, and they see these big companies going away with profits in the billions, whilst other people are having to use food banks and struggling to put food on the table and pay their bills. So I think it's only fair that Labour's plan is to tax those who are taking away billions in profit and reinvest that profit back into the British public.
Now, we mentioned earlier, I think 3 in 4 was the figure of Tory voters say they actually like these plans that Sir Keir Starmer is putting forward. But it's still the case, isn't it, that Labour still have a lot of work to do. They want to beat the Conservatives in the next general election. And in fact, many polls are saying that in a contest between Liz Truss and Sir Keir Starmer, Liz Truss would win that general election. We've had a government that many would call shambolic for the best part of, a decade, some would say, but certainly over the last few months. Why is it that Labour are still, even then, not seen as a party that people can vote for?
Well, I think there's multiple reasons. I mean, obviously, we had two and a half years of COVID, and so it was difficult for the Labour Party to actually go out on doors and take the Labour message to people directly. But I think the by-elections have shown that Labour can get its message out there, Labour can win elections, and Labour can get people on side. I think what Keir Starmer has done is reset the Labour Party, one, unified the party internally, and two, set out a proper clear message to the public that, one, we've changed, and two, we will gain your trust and we will come up with ideas that actually make a difference to your lives. And I think that it's only right that people see that and actually keep an open mind and allow Labour to come up with these ideas like we have done on windfall tax, like we're doing on the economy, to actually show people that we have changed and we are ready for government.
I mean, is the problem, however, you say you're ready for government, but is the problem, however, that, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And these sorts of policies, as attractive as they may be, I mean, no wonder 3 in 4 people wouldn't mind their energy bills being less money. I mean, who doesn't? But isn't the problem that it's very easy for a party in opposition to make these sorts of promises, costing £30 billion for 6 months? I mean, £60 billion for the whole year, which is as much as furlough, which was a pretty extraordinary crisis measure, that if Labour were in government, they couldn't do it because then they've got to somehow recoup the money down the line.
Well, yeah, of course. Labour has a fully funded programme here. They've actually set out how they would cost all of these ideas that they've come up with. But I don't think that it's fair to say that, these are unrealistic ideas and policy proposals, because the windfall tax was an idea that Labour put in their manifesto in 2019, and people were saying that that was crazy then, when actually the government actually took it on. And although they call it something different now, it is a windfall tax. And so Labour is providing the leadership that the Conservatives aren't in this time of crisis. We have, Boris Johnson might still be the Prime Minister, but he's missing in action for a lot of people. And so it's going to take some time. And, we've been working on it, and Labour will continue to work on it to build back trust with the British public. But I fully believe that people now understand that Labour's ready.